Hello, this is Robert Babicz. And a few months ago, the team from SINEE, the electronic music community, the team came to me here in my studio and we recorded a really interesting sound design masterclass. And today I want to show you how to program my TB-303, you know, the one that I used for all my Rob Asset music. I show you how to do it, and I wish you fun. To be honest, this synthesizer is, in all its beauty, super simple. But this simplicity makes it special. As you can see, my machine is really used. This is still my very first TB-303. I had 3 of them over the years. I sold the other ones in the end. I said, okay, one is enough. And I liked my this one here. One thing just to say about this is because people are moaning about all these clones, right? That they are not sounding like the real thing and blah, blah, blah. The thing is, every 303 that I ever played or had in my hands was sounding a little bit different. Like really a little bit different, every one of them. It's because they used very cheap components back then, because it was a cheap lo-fi instrument. Of course, the other thing is, I mean, this instrument is over 30 years old, and of course things change over time, so it sounds different. Every machine sounds different. So don't worry if people are telling you, hey, this is not the real thing. Every machine is a little bit different. It's a musical instrument. It's up to you to make something good out of this. Not the machine is responsible to make good music. It's you. So let's dive in. A small overview. We have a kind of a keyboard here. We have a start-stop button. Then we have some modes here. I will explain a little bit later. We have a tempo button. You can decide if it's not connected and synced to other equipment, it works its own tempo. Then you can save patterns in this. So the speciality about this machine is it's a very simple sound engine combined with a step sequencer. And here you have groups that you can choose. In the end, it's 4 groups, and every group have 2 banks. You have A and B, and you can save 8 patterns in one group. I just give you a bit of overview. You have the ability to, and that's something that the modern machines don't have anymore, and I sometimes actually prefer the clones over the original one, because they made things better. When you want to play different patterns, you have to be in the play mode. But if you want to change anything, you have to go into the write mode. And you can only do this change when the sequence is stopped. Then also you have a track mode where you can create basically a song where you can say, okay, this pattern, this pattern, this pattern, this pattern, and it plays after each other. But almost nobody is using this track mode. Okay, then you cannot see anything anymore here because everything is gone, because it's so used. You have these little knobs. This is the magic tweaking section. The first one is the tuning. It's an analog synthesizer. It goes out of tune You have to tune it. So we have cutoff. The second one is the resonance. Then we have an knob called envelope. It's changing how the filter is behaving on the envelope of the sound, and you have a thing called decay. It's not the same like on the synthesizer on a regular. You can make this envelope of the filter a little bit longer. And then we have the accent, and the accent is something out of this sequencer here, where you can say they try to emulate real bass player. They try to emulate. And an accent is where you can say, okay, this note should be a little bit louder, more upfront. But I will show you. And basically that's it. You have two waveforms, a switch here, only sawtooth and square wave. Very simple waveforms, very effective. I love them. Yeah, and then you only have a sync in, and this is, it looks like MIDI, but it's not MIDI. It's the Roland format. They have they had an own format, and to be able to sync this to your equipment or your DAW, you need a machine like this, a sync box that is translating your USB MIDI or MIDI timing information into this format that the TB-303 can understand. So this way you can sync them. And you have a CV and gate out. And for those who are having a modular system these days or know what this is like the note information and the timing. And this is nice because you can use the TB-303 also as a sequencer for other instruments like the SH-101 or your modular system if you want to. You have a headphone out and an output and 9 volt DC, but we are running the TB-303 here now on batteries. Okay, let's program a sequence. First, you have to decide how many notes are in my sequence. So let's say we want to use 8 notes. So then I go into this pitch mode. I say, then I press function, hold it, and I tap in how many steps I want. You see here it says steps, step motors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This means I have 8 steps. Now we go into pitch mode, and this means the machine is this sequencer here is taking our sequence apart into the pure note information. That means what kind of pitches we use and the timing. These are like 2 separate steps. And then we have a third one that is for note effects. I will show you. So let's program a sequence. So that's a few notes. Then I go out of this, and now I have to tell him how is the timing, and for that I go into time mode. This is this one, and I have just 3 options. As you can see, I can play 16ths, I can play 8 notes, or I can make a pause. That's all. For longer notes, we have a thing called slide, but I will show you later. Only 16ths, 8 notes, and a pause. So what I will do is, I want just 16th notes, so I press this 8 times. It goes out of this mode. Yeah, now when I press play, we should be able to hear what I programmed. Now comes the note effects. I go into pitch mode again, because he saved this pattern. Now I can go and press this button. And here are now 4 things that I can choose. I can transpose this note 1 octave down. I can transpose it up. I can put an accent on this note or a slide. In that case, I use the first note down and an accent. Then the next one, this is the next note in my sequence. I put a slide on this. Means the C is connected to the A and will be like one slide. Then the next one is this, a C again, then maybe up and a slide and a slide down, an accent up, very up and down. And actually you can almost try random things. Don't worry. That makes fun. Just press some random things and you will see where we get. That sounds like magical acid music.